Hello and welcome to Casting Roles, a persistent D&D campaign played by a bunch of theater nerds. Thank you for joining us. If you're liking the show, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you'd like to reach out to the show on social media, you can find us on Twitter at Casting Roles and on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Casting Roles ILM. Our videos are uploaded on our YouTube channel on Friday, but with no other announcements, we'll go ahead and start the show. So ticket takers, you arrived in the sleepy, well, not really shouldn't be sleepy, but it suddenly seems to be sleepy. Nightmarish port town of Bogtown to have a parlay with the people, with the crew of the Seablade, the privateering organization that have the other half of the 4 set of tide bonds for your journey into Azalor. There you met with the captain of the ship, Aryan Squall Eater, who seemed affable enough, giving you free place at the inn that they had purchased, free drinks, seems friendly, not necessarily the animostic, that's not a word, not necessarily the animosity that maybe you had perceived from a potential enemy. However, over the course of communicating with Aryan, she revealed that they were waiting for a navigator, who Abel and Kaimana both knew that the Seablade had a navigator, but this was a person that Aryan Squall Eater seemed to not have any memory of. You also encountered a fruit merchant who was sobbing and crying and also seemed to be suffering from some kind of memory loss, as well as a bartender who had a portrait of 3 brothers, but there were only 2 brothers at the bar. And over the course of this, you realize that perhaps there might be some kind of creature or something in this town that's causing people to lose their memory. You did a little bit of reconnaissance work around town and discovered weird tracks and burrows and skeletons of dead animals. Marlowe eventually going out into a sea cave and finding a plethora of dead Sahagwin who had their blood drained from their bodies and were encased in this weird mucousy membrane. Returning, you went to sleep in the something ticket this way comes so you could watch the exits. When you woke the next morning, there were only 4 of you, and you didn't even remember that there were 5 because Abel had been taken over the course of the night. However, arriving in the ship, a hooded figure who cast using a crushed magical item, a silence spell. And the moment the silence washed across you, the fading whispers of a song leaving your mind, you all suddenly remembered Abel. And Ravik kind of held up a sign and said, we have something to talk about. Follow me. So, ticket takers, that's where we pick up.
You see Ravik standing, holding the sign. Motion you guys to the... I guess to the deck of we're below deck, right?
Yes.
To the deck of the ship.
Right.
And as we're there, I'm going to just scribble furiously.
You have access to the message spell reminder.
Oh, you did? Okay.
You have that, don't you?
You posted what?
You have access to the message spell.
Yeah, but...
That's done telepathically.
Oh, it's not... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I will message everyone, I guess, while we're still in the silence bubble.
You can message one of them, yeah.
Sure.
Pick who you think the leader is.
Who's the leader?
Who
The
you
ticket
think
taker.
the leader of these people are? I'd love to know. It's going to be
Who
hard.
would look more leader-ish?
I mean, you look at Jury, he's probably crying because he forgot Abel. And
We
he's
can
really sad
roll
about it.
insight to see.
You can roll insight to see who the
Yeah,
leader
True.
is.
Jury is crying. He's very sad about Abel.
I'll roll insight to see who has the best leadership qualities. Oof, man. Oh, a 13 insight check.
Okay. I mean, it clearly appears to be Marlowe with the most confidence and leadership qualities.
Okay. I'll message to Marlowe. You may remember one of your crewmen missing. I can help you find him if you help me find our missing crewman.
I message back. What do you want us to do?
Message. I have a friend who told me about what may be happening on this island. I don't remember what you said, Josh. I'm sorry.
So,
I have a friend
outside of the
druid.
Yes. So
I have a druid that I met.
A druid named Namayane Ula.
Yes, Namayane Ula, who gave me an idea of what may be happening. We're working on a plan. I need you all to agree to trust me.
Specifically told you to seek out the group with the otter.
Well, why wouldn't I think the otter's the leader then? That's
because the otter does not look like
the otter has like a spoon. He's looking at his own reflection.
I'm gonna.
Why is it upside down?
Gonna go.
There's supposedly some underwater sea caves that we need to try to find and check out.
Yeah, I know where those caves are.
Perfect.
What do you believe is going on here?
I'm not sure, but the druid seems to know and apparently has made a plan to make sure whatever is doing this is going to be trapped on the island, and hopefully you all will have the capabilities to deal with it.
Pardon, Ravik. It's not. No, actually, it's difficult to trust you when you're coming to me asking to trust you based on the fact that you're asking me to trust someone I haven't met. I want my friend back, and I want yours as well, but this is a lot, you understand.
This is all taking place in silence, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're watching them.
You're watching a conversation happening. Yeah.
It's all in the eyes. It's all in the eyes. I don't see the issue. If you want your friend and I want my friend, why can't we just work together?
Fine. But if anything happens to one of us, it's on you. And it's on your head.
Well, you guys are my best bet because I can't convince my crew that someone is actually missing. So they're not going to go looking for someone who's doesn't exist.
We've got one of yours, the cleric, coming to meet us in the morning to help us. Not because she knows there's anything personal about it, but we contracted her out.
And you know they're referring to Owarinen.
Okay. Well, if it's a job, then Alyria will probably just go along with it. As long as you all are paying. I assume they got you all to pay.
Oh, they got us to pay.
That's my girl. Okay. Well,
is there any available sketching material?
Mark can throw you a page out of the journal.
I got stuff too. Yeah.
I'm going to sketch a picture of Abel while we remember him.
Okay.
Ooh.
But looks like a 5 or 6 year old druid.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
But I'm hoping that when the spell hits us again and we forget about him, it won't go away because it's not that much like him.
Yeah. With that in mind, the silent spell only lasts for a minute. And
okay, so
suddenly okay, go ahead.
I'll tell Marlowe, instruct your team, stuff their ears as tightly as they can. As soon as my silent spell ends, the song will start again and you'll forget all about your crewmen.
I'll quickly use my journal and write out, plug your ears. It's the song that's making us forget.
Yeah. And around that time that is written, the silence fades. You can start hearing the sounds of lapping waves and distant cawing seabirds. And there are steps approaching the dock towards the ship. And all of you immediately, the vision of Abel is ripped from your brain. You remember this conversation about needing to rescue someone, a creature, but you have no idea who it's talking about. Now, you can try to stuff your brain, or stuff your brain. You can stuff your ears. What kind of material are you going to use to accomplish that task?
Let's see if I have anything.
Do I have anything that I could use?
Yeah, Ravik used beeswax. You probably have enough to kind of spread with people.
Okay, I'll hand out my stash of beeswax and see if that'll be enough to go around for everyone.
Probably
so, yeah. Yep.
Well, all of our communication will have to be through the message spell.
Thankfully, we all have that now.
Yeah, we got the B-coms.
Ravik
Some guy.
Well, you know.
Ravik wouldn't know that.
I've heard.
I'm going to test something.
Okay.
Earbuds.
Can I? This is going to be hard because the language is only so many symbols. Can I message out very quickly? Do you know Thieves' Cant to Ravik just to test it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are they so good friends already?
I don't know.
Smiling at each other.
It's a rogue thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah. Now, for the purposes of simple, making your role playing easier, we can assume that any conversation that you're having is happening over message or is happening through writing. So you don't have to constantly play with those mechanics. We can just assume that going forward, since you've all plugged your ears, that's what you're doing.
Sure.
Yeah. But while this is happening, you hear the click, click, click of hobnailed feet as walking up the deck. You hear a very muffled from the where the gangplank connects to the main dock. You turn and you see Elwarin standing there. Her long hair tied up in a tight kind of bun, a trident slung across her back, a shield kind of loosely dangling off of her arm, wearing a more clearly visible armor than she was the day before. And she's mouthing to you, basically, for those of you with the good perception, you can read lips enough to see, she's saying permission to come aboard. And so she's arrived for the day of work that you've contracted out.
Huh?
Just
What?
wave her on, and then I'll hold up the note that I already wrote about plugging your ears.
She kind of looks weirdly at you, and then she notices Ravik's there, and Ravik, she says to you, but you can't necessarily hear her. She says, "What are they all on about?"
Does she know Thieves' Cant? Would she know?
She does not.
Okay. I'll with whatever paper I have left, I'll just write out, trust them. You have to plug your ears to keep a clear head.
Yeah, you hand her beeswax and she just kind of puts it in her ear. And the moment her ears are plugged, you see shock and surprise cross her visage. And you hear the message coming to you, Abel.
I'm not able. I don't know.
Sorry, Ravik. Fuck you. The message coming to you, Ravik. Eliana, she's been missing for 2 days.
Precisely. I couldn't get anyone else to remember her. I got back and she was gone, and I mentioned her. Everyone acted like I was just making it up.
Do you know where she might be?
I have an idea. I met this druid,
Namayane Ula.
Namayane Ula. I just call her Nini, but Namayane. So seems to have an idea of what's going on this island, and told me that our best bet for solving it was the group that had the Otterkin. So I assumed it was this capable looking bunch.
Why the otter? And she come on, you notice that Ilwarin like looks at you with this very like judgy, like this is a child kind of look. Like why the otter?
I'm not entirely sure. I guess we could try to track down the druid, but they were supposed to be putting some barrier up around the island to make sure the creature didn't escape.
Kamana, you hear, is there something special about you?
Maybe.
Do you know any local druids that might be looking for you?
I could probably find one.
Come on and make her a history check.
Nine. Maybe a nature check?
No.
Druid?
That last time you were in Bogtown, you did encounter a druid who kind of set you on,
dun, dun, dun.
like taught you some of your initial skills and abilities.
Oh, okay. I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know where a druid is.
Well, y'all hired me, so I'm at your call, but...
So, Josh, do we remember Abel once our ears are plugged up, or do we still not? So
nope. As soon as the sound leaves, the memories return. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so did the druid give us any plans to meet up, or does Robic remember where he first met the druid?
No, the druid found you when you were wandering kind of off near like the sea caves. And she said that this creature had made its home in Bogtown. She was going to set up a barrier further out into the ocean to prevent it from swimming away, but needed somebody to kill it while it was trapped. Because if it's not killed, it will just escape and go somewhere else.
Druid is out in the ocean right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll tell them what we know about it. We think it's invisible and from the scrying and like, or we didn't see it on the scrying, and then
Abel's
the mucus and the key cave and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell the group to follow me, and I'll start walking them towards where, like, as far out on the land as I was, and point out where those underwater caves are located.
Okay. And Kamana, as you get over here, this is this area of caves, what the caves where Namayana and you first met. Like this side of the cavern region. Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. We'll start looking.
Is there anything we should do beforehand before we go into
these
caves?
To get supplies?
I mean, what do you need?
I was thinking of going and finding if someplace had some bottled ink or canned paint.
Something you throw on it?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I have paint.
Sure.
And
you have
anybody with
I have painter supplies.
A lot of your early equipment might have included ink. I imagine juries would have had included ink. Abel's would have, or Abel's not here. Ravik would have access to ink as well.
Gorgeous kit.
Yeah.
I'll give you the bottle.
You might need to buy replacements, but yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like standing near you, Saurus, and I'm like kind of like holding your like right under your elbow a little bit. And I'm like, Abel's gonna be okay, right?
Yes.
This is gonna be fine. Jury's just kind of like plucking their instrument a little bit as they're like thinking about this and talking, and you feel some kind of magic effect happen.
Okay.
It seems like a weird thing. Sorry, I'm trying to find it on my sheet. Where the fuck is it? On my sheet.
You took my pad of paper, Ronnie.
Oh my god, drama.
My notepad is missing.
Oh, it's in the bedroom.
So, Saurus, you can add 1d8 to your initiative roll.
Can you grab it for me?
For the next 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Sweet.
Ravik will say, well,
You feel something magical happen, and we're both kind of like, what the fuck?
Did you do that?
I didn't mean to do that, but I did. Something happened. Look, I'm going through a lot right now. We can talk about it afterwards. After we fight a big mosquito monster thing.
We will get to Abel in time. We will kill the monster because that's what we do. Abel will be okay. Navigator will be okay. And hopefully none of us will have died in the process.
I don't like that you said hopefully. You could be a little more sure, Saurus.
Well, I'm very hopeful, but I don't want to jinx it.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
So I guess we're preparing to go into battle, but it's a little odd. I don't even really know any of your names.
I'm sorry, I was a little distracted by the whole plug your ears into the monster. No, it's good. Ravik, I'm Marlo. You can call me Mar.
Marlo, the head of this little group, okay? And
please don't tell the otter you said that.
Did I hear that?
No, it's all happening through message. That's the beauty.
No, I just go, please don't tell the otter you said that. If anyone asks you who the leader is, it's the otter. Okay, just go with it.
Oh, well. I have seen a Lutrinian who led his own ship. He was, I don't know, he was a lot more.
No. What was that Lutrinian's name?
It doesn't really matter. I may have.
No.
Ravik would know.
Ravik would know, but Ronnie doesn't remember his name.
Captain Kit.
Captain Kit. Well, Captain Kit. It's kind of a.
Well, you'll be happy to. Well, no, actually, I don't. How cool.
He's kind of an asshole, but. Gotta respect
so if you got beat the shit out of, would you have been like cool with it or not cool?
The Seablade crew are more opportunistic. We're not really part of the Tidewaters, but
yeah,
when the money's right, you do the job. So that's kind of where we are.
Great. Cool. I
mean, you humiliated that otter. Probably.
Oh, he got. If first round, it was all technical from there.
Quite embarrassing.
Well, I guess he could stand to be knocked down a few pegs.
Sure.
So you have Marlo and the otter, who's the real leader, but who's not the leader, but thinks he's the leader. Okay.
It's complicated. There's Kaimana, that's Saurus, that's Jordan, and
Saurus, and pretty boy is Jordan.
Jordan looks like he's going through it. He looks like not sleep.
He could probably use a hug. Is he going to be okay to fight?
You look down and his fists are like clenched.
Arthur meme.
I don't want to say that's his normal state, but as long as I've known him, it's been about that. So, and I think that I'm catching him at a really bad time in their life, but
All right, so these are the people I've chosen to throw my hat in the ring with. Okay, I'll let you guys lead the charge. So,
don't worry, Ravik, we're professionals.
Yeah, I hope so.
Very professional.
Kaimana should take lead. Or unless Marlo should.
And Kaimana swims.
Yeah, so.
So we're going down into the sea caves.
We're going to just we're just going to move the boat over there. And use that as like a...
Okay.
Get as close as we can to it. Obviously, it might be shallower draft over there than
actually, so the caves that Mar explored were the ones where Namayane had set up.
Yeah.
And discovered because of the scry and also Marlo's work yesterday that those were not the location of this creature. That it was on the other side of the bay, and the other side of the bay is like cliff face down, so it's like 75 to 100 feet deep, right at the coastline. So it'd be pretty easy to park the ship over there. Maybe difficult to tie it off, because the Seablade does not come with an anchor.
We're gonna find Hermione first.
Oh, you mean their ship coming this way with the tickets?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna find Hermione first before moving over there.
Okay. All right. So you all return to the ship and kind of load it up. It has to fly off. It doesn't have propelling or anything like that. So you take off and head. Go ahead.
Is it possible for me to use shape water?
Shape water is a cantrip. And doesn't have a lot of, like, control water could be used to propel a ship, but shape water as a cantrip has would not be able to be strong enough to push a vessel.
Well, if you just stick with me for a moment, Josh, because one of the concepts of shape, and you can veto this if you like, but one of the concepts is instantaneously move or otherwise change the flow of water as you direct it up to 5 feet in any direction.
Yeah. Okay. To be fair, it could change the ship, but you'd be moving at about a pace of 5 feet.
All right, fine.
Yeah. Whereas
very small amount.
Whereas control water gives you a much, like, you could use that to boost the vision.
Kaimad really just doesn't want to see people have people see him fucking up flying the ship again.
I've seen Mar use control water recently. If that's something you want to ask for help on.
You also know Jury has inspiration. He can inspire you.
Control water is a 4th level. I'm going to save that for when we actually really need it, when we're dealing with underwater crap. So
if you seem nervous, Jury's like, you need a little boost.
Mar's done it.
I'll just move. I'll just fly the ship over there.
Okay, you pick up. Now, the only direction you received is that Hermione is out deeper in the ocean. The way that the harbor here is shaped, the land kind of forms almost like a reverse peninsula. Like, it comes in kind of tighter and then opens up to the wide ocean. And then this harbor's there. You could imagine that the place that she would probably find herself is at that cinching point, because that would be the easiest place to create a barrier. Yeah. So you make your way out there. And anybody, as you're approaching with proficiency in Arcana, can make an Arcana check.
Proficiency.
That isn't me.
Nope, not me.
You're not proficient in Arcana?
I only have half proficiency. Are you guys proficient in Arcana?
No,
no one's proficient in it. Oh no!
Abel's not here. Damn.
You have half proficiency, Jury. You can roll. Yeah.
Okay. Seems like that missing guy was really carrying this group.
I miss Abel.
All right. Well, he was 19, so calm down.
I got a 9.
A 9.
If it's nature related, like a barrier in the water, would Kaimana, as a druid, recognize that something's not happening right? At least,
yeah, Kaimana, you can roll with disadvantage because it is a magical spell that's being wrought here.
Arcana?
Yeah.
This will be interesting.
13.
Okay. So Kaimana, as you approach, you catch, like, as the waves are kind of washing through this area, and there's just the influx of tide into the bay here in the morning, you do see kind of like a shimmering lattice work that is stretching beneath the waves between these two points of land, which are about 600 feet across. But it hides under the waves. But you can see that somebody has erected some kind of magical barrier here in this space.
There's a wall. Like a magic wall, but like, like a barrier, like a wall.
They should be somewhere near that then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If we can follow it back to the Hermione.
Can I cast Locate Creature?
Yeah.
All right.
So you take a moment to focus on Namayane, who you met before, and you get a ping kind of 100 feet away from where the ship is now, kind of at the center of the bay, down towards you get the sense probably well underwater. Namayane is resting there, probably focused on the spell.
All right. Everybody hold on and just
Okay.
Splash down into the water. It's a jolt. But you just come to rest.
Just a kiss, a peck, a smooch. Yeah. Just kiss the water.
Yeah. Again, there's no way to keep the ship stationary.
Right.
This would be a place where you could use shape water to kind of maintain a spot, but somebody would be needing to do that every 6 seconds.
Well, I was thinking of just taking a line, swimming down, and tying it off on like a coral outcrop or something like that.
You could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll take a rope in my teeth.
All right. So you take a rope, dive off, and here the water is about 100 feet deep or so. And so you're using one of the harpoon ropes, and you swim down. There's some large rocks and corals around. Go ahead and make a dexterity check to see how well you tie it off, with advantage because you are ship. You have experience with ships.
I have done this before.
11.
Okay. So you tie off on a rock and you watch as the ship begins to drift into the harbor, but you see the rope go taut and it catches, and the rock you tied off on is a little lighter than maybe necessary. And it lifts off the bottom for just a moment, but then settles down. And it seems like there's an equilibrium that's reached between the weight of the rock and the tension of the rope. And it settles. And a little cloud of silt is pulled up around the rock, but it's there. And right. Off so to about 30 feet away from you, you just see the shimmering wall of natural arcane force that's spreading across this harbor.
So that's the bow anchor. I'll now do one for the stern.
Okay. So you go ahead and roll another dexterity check.
With advantage?
Yeah.
17.
Okay. This one, much like with the ship already tethered in place, you're able to tie it off more neatly and keep it in position. And everybody at the top, you had been kind of just like swinging wide with the like on a pendulum swing. And suddenly you kind of feel the ship come to a rest and just facing into the channel so that the water's traveling along the long distance of the ship instead of the wide distance of the ship. And so there's not as much drag, and the ship comes to a rest. And then Kaimana breaches the surface again near the ship. Now, is everyone going to go see Namayane, or is it just Kaimana?
Who wants to come?
Let me see. How long does my water breathing from my weapons last?
Water breathing lasts for 8 hours. And you can cast it on up to 6 creatures.
Oh, no, it says 24 hours.
Is it 24 hours? And you can cast it on up to 6 creatures, I think.
I think I only have the one.
I can do 10. So who wants to come?
It's 10 willing creatures.
Oh, it's 10 willing creatures. Now, but it's a free spell for Ravik, so you might want to let Ravik do it.
I didn't waste my spells.
It's a free spell for you.
I don't know if Robert's giving things out for free. I don't know if that's his personality, but sure, since the DM mentioned it.
Because you need us to help you.
Well, you guys need me just as much, so
this is a demonstration of that.
Actually, I mean, 3/4 of us can breathe underwater just like as is. So
it's really just me.
Elwarin goes, really, Ravik, it's just you and the pretty boy, as you said. So
okay, well, I'll say, well, pretty boy, stand close. I'll take care of you.
Why are you calling me that? I mean, I am pretty. I understand that.
The pretty is why. I'll pull out my sea glass weapon hilts.
What do they see that you're pulling out?
They're 2 identical like rods made of like blue sea glass with intricate carvings of sea creatures and ocean scenes. And I activate them and they give a little glow. And they pull just a bit of water from a decanter of endless water that's at my side. And they make a nice glistening fog that surrounds myself and the pretty boy. And I will cast water breathing on us to allow us to breathe underwater for 24 hours.
All right. So now everybody can breathe underwater.
Yay. Thank you.
What about the cleric?
She's a sea elf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep. That's why it was just us.
Robin's half sea elf, in case you guys.
But did not gain that that ability from his mother.
Meanwhile, I'm a half orc. Well,
do we need someone to stay on the ship to keep watch just in case?
Probably
a good idea. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay. So Soris, make a perception check for your watch on the ship as everyone else dives into the ocean.
Scary. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Oh, nice.
So that is 26.
26.
Incredible.
Good. Yeah, and for those, I mean, this is Marlowe, not the first time that you've swam underwater, but for Ravik and Jury, this very weird, you're fighting against your natural impulse to hold your breath, but as you're kind of swimming with the group, you all don't have a swim speed, so you're moving at half speed. But
you gave Ravik
Ravik has a swim speed, but Jury, you don't have a swim speed.
At the very back of the group is
but there's a moment where you're swimming deeper and deeper, and you're that burning in your chest of like, I'm gonna have to breathe, and there's panic. But then like you gulp, and the water rushes in and fills your lungs, and you just feel oxygen rush through your body, and it's completely normal, if weird, to be breathing in the water.
Sick.
Is anybody wearing plate?
No.
Okay.
We're not strength. None of us are strength builders. No one's wearing plate.
Ilwarin wears elven chain. She doesn't wear plate. Yeah.
I was gonna say it would be easy, just like walk across the bottom.
Yep,
like...
just sink down.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You
be diving.
All right. So you start making your way towards the wall. Go ahead and make a perception check, Kamana.
Natural 20?
Natural 20.
29.
With the assistance of the earlier locate creature, as well as your own ability to see clearly underwater, you start to make your way towards the wall, and you notice that the pulsing arcane energy seems to be centered around this one location towards the base at the center. And you just see these pulsing energies washing across from there, almost in like waves that are washing away. And you see a figure resting there at the bottom of the ocean, kind of sitting in a lotus position, kind of floating, long tendrils of bluish white hair floating up above her, the sea elven form of Namayane Ula. And you make your way towards her, Jury lagging behind by a half distance. But you all eventually get up to her, and you just see glowing blue eyes, mumbling a spell, and this energy waving out from her along this path.
I guess I can't talk because we're underwater.
You can talk when you can breathe underwater. Then you can also speak underwater, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to cast spells.
That's true.
Yeah, you can also message her. So.
Yep.
Hello.
The eyes blink for a moment, and the blue kind of fades, and you see just for a moment the intensity of the magic pulsing into the wall kind of dims a little bit. Kaimana.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's nice to see you too.
I'd felt your energy in the area, and I thought that you might be able to help.
Yes.
Have you felt the disturbances?
Yes.
Something unnatural from deep beneath the waves.
Why are you all laughing?
Because of how you're talking. It's really cute. It's just cute. God damn it.
I see you've grown in strength as well. That's good. This is not an easy task.
It whatever it is, it took one of our friends, and the friends of some other people too.
Then your time may be short if you hope to save them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we wanted to come see you before we went to try to fight it. Do you know anything else about it?
Only that it bears the stench of dark, arcane magics, perhaps from those fools in Azalor who like to mess with the natural order of things.
Huh.
Azalor.
Marlo would hear the slight curse under her breath of Ilwerin.
Insight check.
Go ahead. Yeah.
28.
You kind of glance in her direction, and it looks like the look of somebody who is hearing a story about family, and the look on their face is like, and that's why I left.
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
And Mar, you are the king of the insight.
Absolutely.
It's like their entire character is built around.
It's true. I built my entire subclass around.
Sure. I'll be right back, guys. Hang on.
Okay. Hermione kind of looks to each of the others of you, and you can kind of feel that she's analyzing you. I cannot help you all in this fight. I have to maintain focus on the barrier. The creature can burrow. I notice that you've already blocked your ears. Its song is how it maintains its ability to make you forget that it even exists. So as long as your ears are blocked, you should be okay. At least from that effect.
Do you have any idea on how to lure it out?
I imagine that it will not leave its cave. It doesn't have to travel far to reach far. Okay. Its effects, it seems to be able to, it seems to have the power to be in multiple places at once, perhaps. Something about it allows it to stay in a central location, but still affect a large area.
Do you think I could see it in the astral plane?
I don't know. I imagine that you could see it now with your ears blocked. Its magic is what prevents you from seeing it.
That's how it goes invisible too, is the song?
The song is a song of forgetting. It makes you forget it. It makes you forget its victims.
But we could maybe have actually seen it once already.
Have any of you left behind notes that you didn't know that you had written?
At that moment, that's when Jury finally gets there.
Yes, Jury arrives.
Yeah, I left a note.
Then you have seen the creature before, you just forgot.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It when it attacks, it has to stop singing, and then for that brief moment, it becomes visible to you.
Oh, gross.
Jury might have actually fought it once already.
And would not remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool. I could have done that. So we know it has like a mucus too. Do you know if the mucus does anything?
The creature, what I was drawn to here was the pollution. I thought that the ignorant men above had done something to pollute the nature. But it was the creature itself. I imagine that there is some acidic or poisonous traits that it possesses.
I don't blame you. Ignorant men are usually the ones who do those sorts of things, so I get it.
She's looking at each of you. Hold on one sec.
been dropped in.
If you have any questions for her while I'm looking this up.
What is she? She's a druid?
She is a druid. Sea elven. She has her armor is very much like kelp and algae, and she has a stave that's made of coral.
Okay, that's fine. I'm only aggressively questioning fae people right now, so I'm
not a fae. Well, I mean, as much as elves are fae, but she's not a fae.
Sure.
Yeah.
Targeting all the fae you come across.
Yeah.
Looking for
what
fae.
do you know?
Okay. So she kind of looks at each of you and targeting kind of what she thinks might be the weakest among you. You see a moment where her eyes flash blue, and Ravik, Jury, and Kaimana, you each gain 5 temporary hit points.
Hey.
Thank you.
All right, I appreciate that little wallop.
Yeah, I need hit points.
5 of those.
Yes, I wish there was more that I could do, but I must maintain my focus here.
And we appreciate that, but I have a quick question. I brought you your otterkin. You're a little otter guy here. Sounds like
this little dude.
Sounds like they know less than you do about what's going on. So what's so special about them to where you think this group could actually help me get my crew member back?
Well, I think to put down a creature of such unnatural means, you might need one who defends nature. And I taught Kaimana some of the things he knows. So if you can't have me, he would be the second best option.
Come on, crosses his arms.
I
kind
never
kind of floats there.
Little guy. No, I never doubted you. Well, if you think that he'll be able to get the job done, I guess that's what we're going to have to go with.
When I can focus, Kaimana, I have something for you, but it will require some attention. When you're done and we are safe, find me again.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get right on this.
Okay.
Let's go do some cleaning up.
All right. So you all...
Everybody ready?
Slowly, Jury, but the rest make your way back up to the ship, and then
I'm gonna even though I have full water movement speed, I'm gonna hang with Jury just on the way back.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk. It's just so they feel like they're not, just stragglers.
You take a little stroll through the water,
and also to watch their back.
Yeah.
Just so we don't have the barn trailing party.
All of you with any kind of magical essence about you, the moment you turn to head back, you feel the wave of energy wash from Namayana again, and you feel a current of water kind of forcing you upwards. And so you kind of moved like 10 feet faster than you would normally as this wave of energy washes off of this woman who is a dominant druid power within the seas, activating her strength here.
Kaimana, how did you meet her?
I was looking for some crabs.
Accurate.
And I kind of got distracted, and she found me and taught me about the water and nature.
All right.
I was here a while ago.
Yeah. Bogtown.
The crabs were really tasty.
Yeah, I want to leave this fucking place. Let's go.
All right. So you make your way back up to the ship. I assume Kaimana untying the ship on your way.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you pull up the rope. So Saurus, they all breach in a spray of water and begin to climb up kind of the rope ladder on the side of the ship on deck.
Ugh, it's so creepy knowing there's something in the water. I don't like it.
Hey, Saurus.
Yes, Kaimana?
I was just saying hi.
Hi.
We fill you in on everything.
Yeah, we'll catch you up.
Yep. So cave time?
Cave time.
Cave time.
Cave time it is.
Let's lock ourselves in a cave with a very dangerous creature.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
In caves.
Ravik wants to message Ilwarin.
Okay.
And just so the two of us, just to her, I say, I think our best approach is to kind of hang back and let these guys throw themselves against the brick wall that is this blood-sucking creature. They don't seem like the type that'll just leave. I forget our navigator's name. Our navigator.
Yeah.
Regardless, I think they're gonna help us either way. But if anybody gets maimed or seriously injured or killed, I'd much rather be one of them than us.
She doesn't respond to you, Abel, but the rest of you, there's a message that comes across and to one of you, and it doesn't really matter. I can't remember the terms of our agreement. Did you hire me as a healer or as a fighter?
Yes.
I should be more focused in one area than the other if you would like me to be at my full capacity.
Quick confer with the team. We wanted the healer, right?
Healing is probably.
I got heal it, please.
So she just nods at you, Marlo, and Abel, you hear back.
I'm not able.
Sorry, I'm going to keep doing this because on my screen it says Abel, and I meant to change
also,
it.
you called him Abel for quite some time.
I did. So, Ravik, you hear back. Look at them not hiring me for my full potential. I suppose that we can see how things play out.
Yeah, silly them. Silly you for wanting to run into the fight with an invisible creature, but far be it from me.
All right. Good. So you pilot the ship over towards the rocky cliff face of the northern shore of this bay. Will be a little harder to tie off because the ground is much deeper here. So how would you like to handle tying off the ship here?
What you thinking, Kamana?
There are some rocks. What is it called, so Rob, when you have to tie off on a rock that's like just sitting out in the middle of nowhere instead of, what's that called?
Oh God.
I should know it because I watched Below Deck enough that it's happened.
No.
Redocking or something.
Yeah, but we could tie off to one of those and then just drop a second line to the bottom so you're not having to hunt down for as much, and that would keep us locked into
you need about 200 feet of rope for this one, and I think the harpoon. This is an Abel question. Abel, you need to check the harpoon rope distance. What's the range on the harpoon?
I do have that in my drive on my.
Yeah.
Ooh, thanks, Abel, who's not here.
I know, right?
Even when he's not here, he's still doing work.
I left some notes, basic maintenance back.
Yeah, it's like written on the side for the rats.
Yeah.
Rope is this long.
So Soros, make a perception check because you're looking for rocks and things nearby.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yes, Kaimana?
What if we dismount one of the stern chasers and tie a rope around it and throw it off?
Those pretty new guns you guys have on there?
You're not here.
That's what
I'm just saying those guns look very nice.
Unless
it's brass, that'll buff right out.
Unless it hangs on something on the bottom, finding a rock will do the same. But we may be able to use one of the harpoons for the front, and instead of tying off to a rock, be able to shoot.
Oh, good idea.
Into it and wedge it.
It says that the harpoon itself has a range of 120 to 240 feet.
So the rope is 240 feet. So you could take the harpoon line down to the bottom, and then the other harpoon line you could do, as Soros said, and either fire it off or tie it off in some way.
It's a good idea.
Yep, we'll do that.
Who's doing that so I can burn the inspiration?
All right. So who's going to be tying off down at the bottom, and who's going to be firing the harpoon?
I'll tie off.
Okay, so Kamana, you take it,
one person to tie off,
and you're going down 240, about 200 feet to the bottom. Go ahead and make a perception check. You have dark vision.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. So just make a perception check to find a good rock or piece of something at the bottom here to tie off to, and then who's firing the?
What skill is it to fire said gun?
It is purely like we have to pull up the harpoon stats.
Okay.
Mounted gun.
Source, you got guns.
Dex is me.
Dex. So Source
saving throw.
Source, should I?
No, that's when you hit it. What's the to fire it? It's just a D20 with a plus to hit.
Oh, god.
Okay, Source, I'll give you inspiration. And we got to roll to see if that triggers my wild magic.
Yes.
Who's got the highest perception here?
It's me or Marlo.
I mean, what do you have?
I got a +9 to perception.
I got a 6 too. It's 10.
Okay.
I'm on the bottom right now. It was a 18 to find a rock.
Hold on a second.
It says it's a +6 to hit. So
yeah. Okay. So we've got
action to fire.
So you find a rock down there, Kaimana, and then you tie off. And meanwhile, Saurus is loading the harpoon and then going there. We have a buzzing sound, I think.
Someone's vacuuming right now.
Someone's vacuuming.
I can't do anything.
You can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Vacuuming. No, I was just like making sure it wasn't like a false fire. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
vacuuming.
A lot. Okay?
Vacuuming at 8 o'clock at night. Those are great neighbors.
I can't imagine why other reason they would be doing this story other nights.
Yeah. Sorry. No, that's fine. No. Nope, I can also, that's something that can be cleaned up later on anyway. All right, so Saurus, go ahead and you load up the harpoon, and then you are rolling a D20 and adding 5 plus an inspiration dice.
Inspiration if you need it.
Okay.
And
that's a D8.
And you were aiming at, I assume, like the cliff face to find a good purchase on the cliff face. Okay.
I feel like every time I use inspiration, Jury is still like, I hope I don't set something on fire.
Do I get to add my dex bonus to it?
No, it's the harpoon. Yeah, it's just +5.
Okay.
D100,
that's
no, you don't
12
have to.
Plus 5 is 17. Plus 3, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20, good. So you kind of aim off at, like, you see kind of like a crack in the cliff face, and you aim off in that direction. Fire. The harpoon shoots off the coil of rope, trailing after it as it flies into the distance, and it pings into the wall and kind of hits right into that crevice, and you feel it kind of lock in place. The ship begins to drift. It hits the full distance of the 240 feet for the harpoon rope going into the cliff and kind of locks there. And then the back end begins to kind of drift around, and Kaimana, you see the line go taut on that end as well. And you all have moored. It's not mooring. You've tied the ship off. It's anchored in place.
And we're anchored over the sea caves where the horrible blood drinking monster is. Okay.
Yep. Welcome.
Are we directly over the sea cave?
So, Kaimana, as you're swimming up, you can see that in this area there are about 4, like you can spot like 4 or 5 small entrances where just like over time the tides have eaten away at this karst landscape and created a series of caverns here. It's hard to tell which one the creature might be in, but the person with the greatest sense of tracking beasts is currently on the ship. But you can pen 4 potential areas here where this creature might be, but they're all submerged, so you kind of hope that like you're not going to be fighting a creature underwater. You don't know.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna come back up to the ship.
Okay.
And I'll kind of have a conference, like motion for everybody to meet over. And I'll say, I'm thinking I can cast Control Water, excuse me. and part the water above these different caves. And we go down to each and every one of them.
I know one that it isn't in, most likely.
Okay, which one isn't it in?
I point at it. Because I assume that the one with all the bodies drained, it would not be going back
for clarification, that's on the other side of the bay. This is like because of side? Yeah, and you would realize that like those caves over there, that was the only one that was drawing your attention because of the smell of blood. But when you got there, it was empty. Thanks to Kaimana's scrying, this is the opposite side of the bay.
Okay, 6 I say.
Yep.
From my scrying, would I remember which one our friends are in?
So is the problem with scry, I gave it a little narrative sense of like the vision leaving your body and traveling. Technically, the way scry works is your vision would have just appeared in the place.
Okay. So I don't know which one.
So giving you that it's this side of the thing, that's giving you a little bit. It's hard. Like even if it was like a vision moving, it was moving so quickly it would be hard to tell which of the four, because the four they're not necessarily like tightly packed, but they are all in the same vicinity.
All right, cool. In that case,
you want me to go underwater, just kind of start poking around, see if I can get a sense of which one might be the best entrance?
Well, I think we can all go, but as soon as we find the one with our friends in it, I'll cast Control Water and empty the water above it so it's easier to fight. And then
we also might want to let Mar maybe go by themselves because they're very stealthy, and we don't know if this thing is asleep or if it's mobile.
This is my element. I'm gonna be way stealthier.
Okay.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
For your reference in reading the spell, Atwood, it's 100-foot square on each side. So if we're dealing with something like one of the caves that's more than 100 feet underwater, you could part the water at the entrance to the cave, but it would not necessarily get rid of the water above that. Because it's just 100. It's 100. It's more than 100. Yeah, it's just 100 feet on all sides.
I can double up the spell with you. We gotta.
If we just part the water, we're basically making a dry 100 by 100 foot cube outside the.
Outside the cave entrance. Yeah,
I think that'll be fine. I don't think we need to.
That would drain out any water that's in the cave for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it would have something to drain into.
Yeah.
All right. So Galgun.
Ilwarin kind of approaches you, Marlo, and says, it seems like you might be the tracker of the bunch. And she lightly kind of taps your shoulder, and you feel this wash of energy through your body as you have guidance for your next perception roll.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right.
The being kind of, I don't know, you guys can't tell me which. Well, I guess you could tell me what cave it was. I would have to say decently close by so you could message me. I was just trying to see if I could just dimension door in instead of lag behind everyone.
Did Abel give the Cloak of the Manta Ray to Jury?
Not to me, no.
Okay.
I was supposed. Remember,
I think he gave it to Saurus. I thought.
No, Saurus already had an ability to do that.
We talked about on those 3 days it took us to get from New Wavy to here. I made one, but we never.
The handoff never happened. Okay.
Yeah, we never narrated the action.
That's fine. The handoff never happened.
That's fine.
Narratively makes sense.
You could find it in Abel's stuff.
I don't know whose stuff that is.
All of it is missing.
Yeah, you're all gone except for the ball. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you all dive off in. Marlo, make a perception check with advantage because it's blood related, and then you can add a D4 to your roll.
And I'll swim with Jordan.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's just not a D4. Why would I roll that?
I actually think it's a show of good faith. Ravik should swim with me.
I don't mind keeping up with a pretty boy, sure.
That's great.
I got a
child.
22.
A 22? All right. So, Marlo, you kind of dive down into the water and you swim down about 50 feet or so, and you're looking out at this kind of wall of caves. There's one a little bit higher up, 2 towards the middle of this wall, and then one a little bit lower. And immediately the smell of blood hits you in much the same way as it had, but here it's a stronger scent. And it's difficult to tell which fort comes from, but you focus and you can feel the drift and current of water. And there's just like one, like, it's almost like in The Witcher when you go into blood sense and you can see like the lit up wave of smell, and it kind of hits and you follow and you realize that from this angle, one of the 2 on the middle portion, you think it's probably the left side one that this blood smell is drifting out of.
I pointed that one to the group.
All right, let's go kick its ass.
All right. So with the ticket takers beginning to make their way into the cave, we'll go ahead and take 5 minutes so I can set up the cave, and then and then we'll go from there. But so we'll take 5. We'll be right back.
Thank you, 5.
Thank you, 5. Okay. All right. So welcome back, ticket takers. As you approach the outer edge of this cave, Marlowe, the smell from the interior of day-old blood kind of wafting out is very prevalent here.
Wait, day-old blood? How long ago was Abel taken?
You all watched, Kaimana watched somebody get...
The other Jonas brother. That lady's husband.
Yeah,
one or the other died.
One of the 2. Oh, yeah, and so that happened yesterday. So there's not like blood today smells, but it's there.
Know. Hold on.
Yeah.
Do I know what like people's like if I've been around people a lot? Do I know what their blood smells like? Like, could I tell an Abel blood from like another blood?
I would imagine so.
Because I feel like I've been around the party enough. They've gotten fucked up around me enough that I would know.
Yeah.
At least this group, like.
Yeah.
What they smell.
Yeah,
like.
you're not smelling Abel blood.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. But at the start here, even before knowing that we've got anything, I just want to go ahead and do our initiative checks so we can get everybody's order.
All right, everyone, roll better than me. Come on, guys.
No.
And Rob, you get the extra bonus.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Nat 20. All right. So anyone 25 to... So that puts Mar. What's your number, Mar?
25.
25. So Mar at the top. Anybody else 25 to 20?
I never to go first. This is so exciting.
No.
Ilwarin rolled a 20.
Oh, maybe I will be last.
All right. Anybody 19 to 15?
19.
19 for Ravik.
I rolled an 18.
Jury and then
ever since I got
Saurus.
this fucking magic item, I'm never gonna roll it.
And then so that puts Kaimana. Would you roll?
16.
16. Cool. So Kaimana bringing up the rear there.
To be fair, we all rolled super well. If 16 is the lowest.
So that's
I rolled
the
well
20
for some
count,
reason.
and then the. All right, and then okay, that puts them here. All right. Okay. So you're approaching the outer edge of the cave or the cavern. It is very dim light here. So there's very little light here. So if you don't have dark vision.
Before we do anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we move forward, I'm going to pull my swords out of the void and get my lightning up on them. And I would like to insight check Larwyn as I do this to see if she recognizes the wave dancer.
Okay, go ahead.
Because she's like Souvenir, and I want to see if she notices and has a reaction. And that's a 22.
A distinct look of familiarity across her face.
Okay.
At the wave dancer.
Do I get any like, wait a minute, you shouldn't have that sword. I'm going to tell on you in class.
No, it's more like seeing something you haven't seen for a really long time.
Okay. Then I don't acknowledge it. I'm just like, yep, I have the sword. What are you going to do about it?
Yep. But you see she's like getting out her Triton, making sure her shield is fully attached, and she's kind of getting in order.
Take, damage for that.
Yes. And then anybody else in preparation for your movements forward?
Before we charge in, like the last thing I want to do is cast the control water spell.
Okay. Now, this cavern, you can tell that it goes up in. And so, Carmana, you probably know enough about sea caverns that, like the rise of elevation might mean that the cavern itself is in a pocket of air. But doing control water would remove the water from the cavern entrance and make that a walkable space for everybody.
What do y'all think, gang? Should we just swim on in and fight in the half-filled cavern, or should we drain the
I would
whole
say
thing?
take it out, let Jury use full movement.
Okay. Then that's what we're going to do.
Okay,
And
cool.
can I say, as soon as Ravik senses danger, he's going to activate his Blade Song ability.
And
Nice.
I'm
Okay.
going to activate
Your gauntlets. Cool. All right. And what form is the hilt? Are the hilts taking, Abel, or for Ravik?
Oh, that's not Blade Song. That's just.
I know, but what are you preparing your weapons early, or are you gonna use your bonus action later to do that?
Sure. I'll go ahead and pull out a whip.
Okay. So, drawing
Is
on
it an action
the.
to draw my weapon, or
It's a bonus action to change the stance of the weapon. So,
okay.
yeah. So you use your bonus action, and you all watch as the general water around Ravik begins to kind of coalesce and form, and attaching to each of these hilts, like solid whips of water on each one, kind of coil around, and are ready for use as the hilts activate in that sense. All right. All right. Any other preparations before you head in?
Oh. Nope.
All right. Make perception checks, everyone.
What do you perceive is happening?
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
18.
19.
19.
9.
9.
12.
12.
I'm sorry, 11.
11. Okay. Come on.
Wait, but I can smell. So.
You can, this is based on sight.
No.
No.
22.
22. So Kaimana and Ravik, you're the only two that notice. So as you're approaching the mouth of this cavern, and Kaimana, as you are getting ready to cast your spell, you just see kind of like up in the upper corner of the cavern entrance, like up right in the corner, you just see this face, dead looking eyes, a wide mouth with large teeth kind of across, just kind of smiling and staring in your direction. And the moment you look at it and it realizes that you are seeing it, you just see this like withdraw very quickly, and you get the sense that it was on a very long neck
Oh.
as the
Cool.
as the head
Gross.
pulls back into the cavern.
That gave me chills.
Let's see that. Like Blade Song is gonna go up.
Okay, so Blade Song goes up. Is control water hitting?
Yeah.
Okay, so you all make your way to the mouth of the cave so you don't fall below the cavern entrance. Who wants to be at the front?
Me.
Me. Are you going into wolf form or are you staying Malo form?
I'm gonna stay Mara form.
Okay, cool.
I'll go next to Mar.
Okay, so Saurus, it's a little tightly packed here, so but Saurus and Kamana, you kind of make your way in. Who's going to be behind them?
I'll go behind them.
Okay, Jury.
I don't want to be at the back.
Cool. Stick next to the pretty boy.
Okay, so Ravik goes in next to Jury, which puts Kaimana and Ilwarin, your cleric, bringing up towards the rear. Very tightly packed here at the entrance.
I'm first. Who's like second?
Saurus is right next to you, and then Jury's right behind you.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna turn to Saurus real quick.
Mhm.
Really quietly go, I need you to tell me that I have to do whatever it takes to get Abel back.
What's that?
I put my arms on either side of Mar and I say, Mar, any of us would do everything in our power to save another member of our family.
I go into wolf form.
Okay.
Boop. Wolf form pops.
I like turn to Ravik and I'm like, this is like a pre-game meditation. Oh yeah, Mars a werewolf. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So
I turn around and wink at Ravik.
Yeah. So this movement happens.
It's like a dog.
Okay.
It doesn't really work.
This movement happens, and you all realize you're at the lower part of a cavern that's lifting up about 30 feet, and then you can see the kind of reflective surface of the water up above you. But this is a 30-foot climb. And with Jury's reduced swim speed, you want to give Jury the full movement. So suddenly you're all in position and Kamana releases the spell and suddenly the water just sucks from either side of the cavern and it begins to drain back out into the ocean. And you all find your footing on the rocky kind of slimy ground as all of the water up begins to descend down and you can see that it's clear air up above you. With that, Marlowe, now dangling up above where it was hiding behind the surface of the water, you see that face again and it whips backwards further into the cave.
Going after it.
Okay, so yeah, Marlowe, you're up first. So you charge in and you see what is hiding in the cavern.
Oh
No,
that's so gross.
So we have our creature here. This is kind of a curve around. You'd have to curve around to get to it. There's also a pool of water that with the water removed, it seems to drop down about 100 feet. There's a hole there. The head on its long neck whips back into position back here. As you're charging in, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, make an acrobatics check for me, please.
Oh, I fucking hate it.
23. You flip over the cavern and you kind of land here with a clear shot towards the creature on your next round. You see Abel in the back corner, kind of wrapped up in the mucus, unconscious but not dead. And you see Warren also in the other back corner, also wrapped in mucus, unconscious but not dead. And this creature in front of you with a clear eye on what it looks like.
Oh my god, I hate that so freaking much.
Okay. And I'll send you.
Oh, that makes my like skin itch.
I'll send you a picture of it. But this
no, we're good. I don't want it.
This creature that was invisible, but now you can see it, and you can see.
I even like knew rationally like what this was and what this would look like.
Yeah.
I'm still mad.
And you can see the writhing heads. It has pulled its heads all the way back to itself at this point, and is kind of in a defensive posture here. But on your next round, you'll be able to charge in towards it. Anything you want to do with your?
Can I use this round to make like an intelligence check on the last time we fought a Hydra and this looking suspiciously like a Hydra?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Would this be like, this is a history thing, right? Or like a... Okay. I don't know why I argued for one over the other. The same, 22.
So here I unfortunately turned my mic off on accident, and so you're missing a beautiful and terrifying description of the creature which they are fighting, which is a false Hydra. Just go Google an image of it. However, this one is four-headed, lifeless, dead eyes, a large gaping, almost human-like mouth, but with these straight, large teeth kind of filling it in like a Joker smile, dripping with blood, and each of those heads on a long neck, like withered like a tree trunk, but fleshy and old and twisted and able to extend out to its full reach and then just shoot back in it at its movement. Its body kind of large and chunkish, surrounded by these pincer-like insect-like legs, but then also very human-like hands jutting out at odd angles with kind of nails dripping with gore and blood as well. Tracks that probably is what it was. My mic was off. I'm gonna have to do a type over. So this is not a typical Hydra.
Specifically, what I'm asking is, do I get the sense that if you cut a head off, it can grow it back?
You would assume that because of that it has that Hydra look, that may be the case.
I yell this information to the group.
Okay. All right. Which takes.
It does what? I didn't fight the Hydra.
That have to be messaged and passed on because we're all.
Yeah. So you message it to Saurus, who you know is the next, who's probably going to be the one that's closest.
Yeah, I message it to Saurus and tell him to train along.
Okay. Ilwarin swims in telephone and kind of takes up a defensive position here. She is going to cast Bless. So Marlowe, Saurus, and Ravik, you are all blessed. So you get to add a d4 to attack rolls and saving throws. As long as she can maintain concentration.
d4 to attack and saving, okay.
Yeah. All right. Which takes us to initiative count 20. So as you are kind of sitting there, all of you notice that Mar, right next to you, there's a pool of stagnant water. There's pouring pools of stagnant water all around. At the entrance here, there's just a couple kind of where some of the water that was drained out just collected into pools or is kind of streaming out of cracks in the wall. I need everybody, because you're all within 10 feet of one, to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. Oh, no. As these pools of water begin to kind of bubble and burst, and a cloud of gas erupts from all of them.
Oh, yes. 21.
21, you are good.
Plus a d4.
Plus a d4 if you are blessed.
15, Josh.
15 also for me.
That succeeds.
19.
That's a success. Ilwarin failed.
Oof, that's not good.
14.
That is a failure. So Ilwarin and Saurus take 6 points of poison damage, and you are considered poisoned until the end of the end of your next turn, Saurus. So you'll have disadvantage on attacks and saving throws. Same for Ilwarin. Everyone else takes 3 points of poison damage.
Oof.
Okay. Which takes us to Ravik.
Oh, already? Oh,
yep.
God. So I just rolled a random. Where am I in the...
You're back here at the back.
That's kind of where I prefer to be, but...
you can't see anything from where you are, so...
And the wolf lady just ran in.
Yeah.
Ball's ready. Okay, I think I'm going to try to cast. Oh, where is it? See here. I'm gonna step in a little closer to where I can see.
Okay.
And whatever movement that's going to be.
You can get to here with your movement, and just through kind of cracks in the cave wall, you can make out this writhing creature in the corner.
Okay. As soon as I do, I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at him.
Okay. It has 3/4 cover, so it will have a bonus to its AC, but you can go ahead and roll your 3 attacks.
Okay. Jeez Louise. What's going on? Sorry, hold on. Is that a second? Is that a second level spell?
Yes.
Yes, it is. All right. A 14 to hit.
That misses.
Hot damn. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. So roll your, was it 46? Or is it 48?
I don't think that's, it says,
It's 2d6 per attack, I think.
okay. And 2 of them hit.
Yep.
That's 6 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And 11 points of fire damage.
Okay. So
But
17.
while that hits, does it seem like it's really having an extra effect on them, or?
No, but it's doing the damage you expect it to be doing.
Oh, okay, all right. From there, I think I want to bonus action hide.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, please.
Mm-hmm. 19.
19. All right, cool. At the end of your turn, Marlo, you see one of its heads kind of like locks into your position, and like they're all kind of tightly wrapped on its body, but one of its heads fires out in your direction, and it's going to make a bite attack on you with one of its legendary attacks.
Okay.
That is a that's a 26 to hit.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you take 14 points reduced to 7 piercing damage, and I need you to make. Oh no, you are grappled by the creature.
Oh, I just am grappled.
There's
okay.
You can break out of the grapple on your next turn.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not upset at you. I'm upset at this creature
Yeah.
for being cool.
It wraps its neck around you, and you are grappled until the end. You can break out of the grapple.
So its reach is just like infinite.
You get the sense that its neck had gone from here all the way to here.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, just as a general sense, it has a reach of 240 feet.
Wow,
that's a lot of.
I thought I was doing something like
We're fighting it in a cave.
Yes, and it's a tight
It doesn't
cave.
really matter. I mean, it's probably better for us that we are fighting in a cave.
Yes, that's true. You got it in its lair, so there's a little bit of a trade-off there. All right, that takes us to the Hydra. So it is going to. So one of its heads is going to whip around to Ravik, sorry, who has. I'm going to remove this just so it's out of the way.
But I'm hidden.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you were hidden. So it's going to shoot past you and get to Ilwarin, who's there. Another one of the ones is going to slide in towards Marlo.
Ew.
And then the fourth one, just because Marlo's the only one in the space, is also going to fly towards you, Marlo.
If it moves past me, do I get an opportunity attack?
So that's why I have the heads attached to string, is that technically you can hit it on any part of its body, including its neck. Now, when it moves its head, it can extend and retract its head to its full length on its move, but on the retraction you would have the opportunity attacks if it does. Yeah, but technically it didn't leave because its neck is there, it didn't leave your.
Okay, so when all right, I got you.
All right, so 3 attacks against Mar.
Cool.
2 of those will hit, 1 will miss. So Mar, that is 17 reduced to 8 points of piercing damage. And now I need you to make a strength saving throw. Because you are grappled by it. So make a strength saving throw.
Don't like that.
Yeah. Cool. I'm pretty bad at these.
Didn't you get guidance?
Oh, sorry. I apologize. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's a lot better for me. Thank you. That's a +2 instead of a -3.
That's guidance, right? I think you got guidance, right?
No, it would be bless is what's happening
bless.
right now.
Oh, okay.
Guidance is only one time.
Yes.
17 plus 19.
19. So it's a success. So you take 3 points of damage as one of the heads that bites into you pulls back, and you just see some of your blood fly into its mouth. But your maximum hit points are not reduced by the attack because you succeeded on the Constitution saving throw. All right. Then the one on Ilwarin. Actually, the one on Ilwarin, as it shoots out towards Ilwarin, it sees a whole cluster of enemies there. It is going to release a sonic charge. Because your hearing is blocked, you all have advantage on the saving throw. Okay. So the saving, go ahead and roll for me a Constitution saving throw. And
for Ravik as well, or
Ravik's outside of the cone, but so Ilwarin, Saurus, Jury, and Kaimana.
19.
That is a success.
Saving throw?
Yeah, and since you succeeded and your hearing's blocked, you take no damage from the attack.
11.
That is a failure. So you'll take half damage because your hearing's blocked.
Do I need to make a con save for the water spell?
Well, yeah, based on how much damage is done here. Okay. All right. So
I succeeded too. So.
Succeeded. Okay. So the only person who failed was Kaimana. Okay. And actually, Kaimana, you don't need to make the Constitution saving throw. 11 points of thunder damage to each of you as this pulsing sound wave bursts into your. 11 points to Kaimana, 5 points to everyone else. Kaimana, you are stunned. The spell fades. You all watch as the water collapses into this area. You are all thrown about by the force of the water. Kaimana, you're kind of pushed outwards. Jury, you're thrown this direction. But the spell's there. Kaimana, you're just kind of drifting in space now from the concussive blast that you just received. All right. That's the end of the Hydra's turn. Juridan.
This is not going well.
So is this whole cavern filled with water now, or are there dry spots?
The space that you're in now is filled, but you're about 5 feet away from the surface, but one of those heads is now right kind of in front of you because you got thrown over to it.
Yeah. Can I see our compatriot, like Abel, across the way over there?
No, because the surface of the water is above you, and so that's a reflective surface of, like, trying to see through water is really difficult. Yeah.
And I can't move in any further, right?
You can move, but the creature is right there in front of you, so you sense it might get a reaction if you move past it. But you can take that risk.
Yeah, I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to try to move further in.
So you make your way into the cavern.
And it has disadvantage against me.
It does have disadvantage although you just took damage. But no, it restarts at the start of your turn. So
yeah.
So disadvantage. Nope. As you're moving past it, it whips around to bite you, and you just flip on through. So you get in, and you see Abel off in the distance, and the navigator and Marlowe there, kind of facing off against 3 of the heads.
Yes. I'm not close enough to Mar to touch them, am I?
You could, but you'd have to stand in one of the pools of water to do it.
Stand directly in that shit? All right, no.
Okay.
Sorry, the water threw me off. I'm like, what was it? I'm standing here.
What, were the pools of water toxic? I'm sorry, did I miss?
The pools of water are what bubbled up and created that gas cloud, so you can assume they're probably toxic.
Yeah. Gas cloud. Yeah. Okay. Bad memory.
I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna hold to hit one of these things if it comes near me.
Okay. There's actually one from where you landed. There's one about 5 feet away from you.
But I don't. But Mars said not to cut their heads off, so I'm a little worried about that.
Okay.
I'm going to try it anyway. All right, I'm going to try to hit it. You know what? The best science.
To be fair, a rapier does piercing damage and not slashing damage. So
exactly. Yeah. This is science. Like 14.
That misses. So you go to stand out, and it kind of just like whips around and kind of now is staring at you as a potential threat.
Great. I'll give Mar inspiration.
All right. So you got a D8 Mar.
And you got to see if that activates my wild magic.
Yes, it does. It does not. All right.
Last thing we need right now is
Soris. So the water collapses back in, and you got kind of thrown against the cave wall. But it's your go. There's one right next to you, kind of facing off against Elwarin. And then you can kind of see further into the cavern where Mar is. I'm
going to go in because it used its reaction trying to get Jerd in. I'm going to go in. I'm going to leap over that pool.
Make an acrobatics check for me, please.
27.
Yep. Okay. This direction or towards Mar?
Directly across. So towards.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to move up one so that basically now I can see the big bad here, right?
Yes.
Is there any gap behind it between it and the wall?
No, the wall it is kind of like pushed back against this wall here.
Okay, I'm gonna do this anyway since I would have disadvantage on attack. Instead, I am going to use the Sash of the Four Winds.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Dust Devil right where the necks all are.
Right here?
Well, actually, it has to be unoccupied, so it'll be
right next to them. So like right here in this space here. Okay, cool.
Yep.
And so a Dust Devil pops up here. What's Dust Devil do? Remind me.
Choose an unoccupied 5-foot cube of air that you can see within range. An elemental force that resembles a Dust Devil appears in the cube and lasts for the spell's duration, 1 minute concentration. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the Dust Devil must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 1d8 bludgeoning damage and is pushed 10 feet away.
Perfect. It can't be pushed, but other than that, that's good. Now, it's always a good thing to assume as a player that something doesn't have a reaction against you, but this thing has 4 heads and it has 4 reactions. So you passed by one of the creatures on your path through, so it's going to take a snap at you. That's a 24 to hit. 7 points. Oh, no, sorry. 10 points of piercing damage, and as you're casting the spell, it wraps around you and you are grappled by it. So this one here is grappling you there.
Okay. And what does that do with regard to my attack?
Grapple doesn't affect. The only thing grapple does is it reduces your speed to 0.
Okay. I still have my bonus action left.
Okay, go ahead. Bonus action.
So I'm going to Flurry of Blows.
Okay. Go ahead and make your 2 attacks on the one that's wrapped around your neck or wrapped around your body.
Yep, and those are with disadvantage, correct? Am I still poisoned?
Oh, yeah, because you're still poisoned, yes. So they would be at disadvantage. But you are blessed, so you can add a d4 to the roll.
15.
15 misses.
Okay.
But the second one? You hit it, but you feel like you're not getting through its outer shell.
I rolled a nat 20 and a 16.
But the 16 will hit.
Okay. Damn it. And I'm also going to spend a charge from the Gauntlet of Storm to do lightning damage.
Okay.
Nice.
And let me find that die. I rolled a 1 on the die 12.
Oh no.
So
I'm gonna blame Kaimana for that, because when we said, "Oh, it's upgraded to a 12," Atwood said, 12 can still roll 1.
You did say that.
I did. It's not false.
No.
It's a true statement, but
I'm like this Hydra, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do a total of 11 damage.
11 points of damage. Okay.
I mark it as analyzed, and so let's see. Damage vulnerabilities.
It has no vulnerabilities. What else can you learn about it?
Resistances, immunities, and condition immunities.
It has no resistances or immunities, but it cannot be charmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it also has advantage on any attacks that would put it to sleep, or anything like that, because it has more than one head.
When a creature is hit by a flurry of blows, I can impose the fact that it can't take reactions until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so that head won't be able to take reactions until the end of your next turn. Perfect.
God, just that head?
Yeah, like
shit.
Yep. So for the purposes of hit points and for the purposes of attacking, you can treat this as one creature, but for the purposes of reactions and things like that, these are 4 separate entities that are behaving here. Yeah. But that's good that one head can't strike out, because that's a good thing to lock down. All right. Good. So that takes us to Kaimana. Go ahead and at the beginning of your turn, Kaimana, make a Constitution saving throw to see if you can shake off the stun.
Nope.
All right, so you are stunned. At the end of your turn, it wipes out. So you at the end, you kind of come to, but you have the opportunity to break out at the beginning of your turn just in case. All right, which takes us to the top again. Marlowe, you've got 3 of these things just like kind of surrounding you. The necks writhing back towards the creature back in the corner.
Okay. How?
Oh, and make a Constitution saving throw at the start of your turn, because you are.
Oh,
it
right.
Grappled you.
Yeah. No, I am grappled. Say 18.
18. That's the DC. Good. So you do not take additional damage. You're able to it's trying to constrict you, and you're able to kind of push it away from the constriction, so you don't take additional damage from the grapple. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How far away is the rest of the creature? Like, can I get any gauge on it?
5, 10, 15. It's about 30 feet away from you. You're currently grappled, so your movement 0. You'd have to break free from the grapple to try to.
I'm gonna break free from the grapple and get to the body.
Okay, make a contested strength check here.
I forgot that this is gonna suck for me.
You have advantage because you are in werewolf form, and you have.
I don't have advantage. That's raging. That's the difference between.
Oh, that's right. Okay, but you have a D4 and a D8 you can add to roll.
Okay.
And it did not. It did not roll high, so I'll tell you right now that you're trying to hit a DC of 15.
No, I'm not gonna say it until I see what the full
a DC of 15.
Okay. And you're a D8, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So on my D20, I rolled a 3, so I automatically started back at 0. I did not make it. Did not make this one.
Okay. Well, but you still have your attacks here to wail at it.
I guess I'll just take my attacks here. Oh my god, that's so funny. There's the natural 20. Why couldn't you fucking come earlier?
That will hit.
God. And then my second attack is a 22.
That hits.
And then instead I'm not gonna go for the bonus attack here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for I'm gonna brand it.
Okay. So you are removing the brand from Yorian off in space and time.
Yeah, well, he seems to be less of a problem these days than this
and you
thing.
but you're branding this creature. So if in the event that it burrowed away or something, you would know where it was.
And every time it deals damage to me or another creature that I can see within 5 feet of me, it takes 3 seconds damage.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
That's good.
It is good, isn't it?
Yep.
Cool. So this is gonna be. I don't get sneak attack, do I?
On one of the heads.
Technically, yeah, one of the head. We'll say that the 20 is the head that's currently wrapping up Saurus.
Okay.
And that neck is within 5 feet of you, so yes.
Okay. So this is gonna double some dice here. Okay, that's 27 on the nat 20 hit.
Okay.
And then the regular hit is 15.
Okay.
Damage.
Nice. Perfect.
42.
All right. 42 points of damage. Very cool. All right. So that takes us to Ilwarin.
Wait.
Go
Shit,
ahead.
I shouldn't have branded it. Damn it.
That's okay.
I should have done something else instead.
That's
no,
fine.
it's fine.
So that takes us to Ilwarin, who is looking at this, and she's got Bless Up, so she can't do that. Well, she's just gonna wail on it, so she gets 2 attacks. That'll hit, and natural 20. 8 points of damage, and then 23 points of damage from Ilwarin to the creature that's kind of like right there, kind of facing off against her, because she's not seeing anybody in enough damage that she's casting spells. All right, that takes us to initiative count 20. Actually, at the end of that turn, it's going to make a bite attack at you, Saurus. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, is this its round of attack?
No, this is a legendary action.
Okay. Con save?
Con save. That's a 22 to hit. It takes 3 points of psychic damage because it hits Saurus. But Saurus, from the hit, you take 12 points of piercing damage. And then what was your con save?
21.
Okay, so you succeed there. So you
How
take
much damage?
So 12 points of piercing damage, and then 1 additional point of damage as you see some of your blood siphoned off from the bite, but your hit points are not reduced by that second attack.
Okay.
All right, and so that takes us to now we're at initiative count 20. You hear you can see now that many of you are deeper into the cavern. You can see these burrowed holes throughout the cavern from where this creature has burrowed out into different spaces. And you can kind of tell that maybe it's burrowed enough that the integrity of this space is perhaps not super strong. And with it writhing about and causing kind of tremors in the space, a area of the ceiling collapses down. I need... Ravik, make a roll a d4 for me, please.
Sure thing.
Just for a heads up, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. So this area, this area, this area, or this
4.
area. You want a 4 potentially would be the best.
Wait,
a 1 would be, or a 2 would be the next best because I'd only get one of you.
It's a 2.
A 2. Okay, Saurus, make you're grappled. Can you still make dexterity saving throws when you're grappled?
I think it disadvantage, but I'm not sure.
Yes, it's a disadvantage.
Okay.
Paralyzed or incapacitated is when you can't signal.
Yes. Okay. So disadvantage dexterity saving throw. As some of the ceiling collapses in on you.
13.
13. That is not enough. You needed a 15 as the DC on this one. But you only, that was a low roll on the dice. You take 8 bludgeoning damage as a piece of the ceiling falls down and hits your shoulder and kind of shunts off to the side. The creature in that space also has to make a dexterity saving throw, and it will take 8 damage.
Interesting.
All right, and that takes us to Ravik.
When is the creature's turn?
The creature goes after Ravik.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good to know. Ravik is still hidden, right?
Well, yes, for right now, yeah.
Okay, so I want to bonus action Shadow Blade.
Okay.
So you see in one of my sea glass hilts, the watery whip turns dark, just like completely black, and then it straightens and turns into a bladed weapon. And then I want to... Okay, where are the heads? Are the heads...
There's a head right here, and then the other 3 heads are all right here. So there's one right next to you, and then there's one next to Jury, and then 2 next to Saurus and Marlowe.
Okay, can I come out of hiding and head towards where Saurus and Marlowe are engaged with their heads?
You'll need to make an acrobatics check. You don't want to get the one next to Owarin? That's right next to you?
There's that big hole in the middle of the floor, and it's getting crowded on the other side.
It is getting a little crowded.
Yeah, I was trying to use a specific spell, but yeah, that's fine. I'll make an attack for the one that's engaged with Owarin.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Does he get advantage?
He not flanked, but
I was hidden, so I should.
Oh yeah, you get advantage for the first attack because you were hidden.
Oh, this is hard to. He says so much stuff, man.
You did choose Blade Singer, Arcane Trickster.
You told me to choose.
I love Arcane Trickster.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're fun. They're fun.
Is it just like my regular attack?
Yes.
Do I just shimmy? Sorry.
You're good, you're good.
So I've Shadow Blade this fool and a 23 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And it's 2d8 psychic damage. Plus. All right. So that's 15 psychic damage.
Okay.
Plus 2d6 sneak attack, right?
Yep.
6 sneak attack.
Okay.
I think that's all for that one.
All right.
And then I want to extra attack.
Okay. Go make your second attack.
My whip.
Well, you can use the Shadow Blade as your extra attack.
Can I really?
Yep. You get 2 attacks with your attack. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Kick its ass.
It's only the offhand attack that you would need to use your whip.
Can I booming blade that?
Yeah, because one of your attacks can be a cantrip.
Okay, so I'm gonna booming blade it.
Okay.
Hit it with the shadow thingy.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Get advantage because it's engaged with what's her face?
No, you got advantage because you were hidden the first attack.
I know, but if it's engaged with her, will it? But
no, you're not flanking. Yep.
19. Well, it says if one of my friendlies is within 5 feet of it.
But that gives you sneak attack. Yeah, but you've already used your sneak attack.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, you hit.
Sorry, guys. I'm still loading the character.
That's okay.
Okay, well, 19 hit.
You hit, and so you roll 3d8 damage. Because it's 2d8 for Shadow Blade, 1d8 for Booming Blade.
Cool.
This is like the worst kind of space Jury can fight in, so I'm also struggling. So don't worry. In a good way. You've designed something that is bad for me.
I've never made you all fight in close quarters before, so.
All my spells are not close quarters.
Yeah.
And
so
not careful.
15 damage from the d8s. And if it moves, it takes another 2d8 thunder damage.
If that head moves, then yes. Good. All right.
If that head moves, yes. So now I want to try to use my movement to back out of the cave a little. Not completely out, but just past Ilwarin.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is going to... Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, at the end of your turn, it's going to use its last legendary action to snap out at you. That is a...
Disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a... Okay, 8 to hit, so it misses. But that's the end of your turn. All right, cool. That takes us to...
Since it snaps out at him, does that count as the movement for Booming Blade?
No, because as is moving, it does that. So because it's still there. Yeah. All right. But on its turn, it is going to pull that head back. So Ilwarin's going to get... Yep.
And 9 thunder damage.
Okay. Cool. 9 thunder damage. And then it's going to slide this direction to Jury.
Ugh. I hate it.
The other heads are on people. So it's going to make 2 attacks against Marlowe. That's a... Both of those are 19, so that is a 24 to hit on both, Mar. Make a Constitution saving throw for me. 1 on Saurus is going to miss, and then I need Jury, Saurus, and Marlowe to make con saves.
Jeez. Okay, my first con save was a 20.
That's good.
My second one was also a 20.
Okay, good. So you succeeded on both, and you took 10 reduced to 5 piercing damage, and then only 1 damage from the leech. So that's there. And then Saurus, it didn't hit you. What was your saving throw, Saurus, for your con save?
3.
3. That's a failure. And then Juridan?
5.
5. That's a failure. So Saurus and Juridan, you take 11 points of concussive energy as it releases a sonic scream in your direction. This one doesn't cause you to be stunned. And then Mar, you take no damage from that. All right.
Oof.
Then with its movement, it's going to snap this head back this direction. Jury, if you want to make an attack of opportunity, you can.
Hell yeah. Let me hit this motherfucker. I got 12 plus 6, 18.
That hits.
Nice. It takes 9 damage.
9 points of damage. Nice. 1. Okay, cool. All right. That's the end of its turn. Sorry. So it took additional 9 points of psychic damage from your stuff, Marlowe.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Since it ends its turn within 5 feet of the Dust Devil, it must roll a saving throw.
Roll a saving throw. That is not going to... It's a strength saving throw?
Yes.
That's a 12. So technically, 3 of the necks and the creature are within 5 feet of that Dust Devil. So roll 3d8.
Okay. 3d8. 6, 8, and 3. So that's 17.
17.
And it says that they're pushed 10 feet away. Does that stuff all of these necks back into the corner and jerk them away from Marlowe and me?
To be fair, what that would do is it would blow the necks away from this space. But because the necks can stretch so far, it just kind of it clears this space here, so if somebody wanted to jump into that area, they could. Yeah. And the creature itself can't be pushed.
Okay.
All right. Good. So that's the end of its turn. Jordan.
Okay, if you can move me to Mar, I want to try to get to Mar if I can help it.
Yep. You're right next to Mar.
And I think this thing I'm kind of thinking maybe this might be like an aberration, right? Something in that realm.
No.
Well,
good try.
I'm still gonna. I feel like I'm just like this thing is evil. I will cast protection from evil and good on Mar.
Okay.
So Mar, you get. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against you, and you can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Cool.
Sweet. And do I have any movement left, Josh? Or did I take
I'm just reading the spell.
Oh, you're good. Take
okay. All right. Yeah, you only use 5 feet of movement.
Okay. If you could swivel me over towards Abel so I can see how he's doing.
Okay. So you get over towards Abel. It is going to take a shot at you as you move.
Do it. Take a shot at me.
That's a 25.
Yeah, and I took damage, so I don't think it gets disadvantage.
No, so that's 12 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I don't like that it did all of that. Okay. I only got a 12.
Okay, and you take an additional 5 points of piercing damage as it leeches some of your hit points away from you. And your maximum hit points are reduced by 5.
Jeez, and let me roll the concentration for the spell.
Cool.
I got 16, I think that maintains.
That maintains, you're good.
Okay.
All right. At the end of your turn, it's going to make a bite attack on Saurus. 25. Saurus, that's 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Saurus is looking really bad.
Okay.
And Dust Devil collapses because I lose concentration.
Okay, Dust Devil collapses, but it got 3d8 damage out of it. That's good. But Ilwarin will notice that you're not looking good. So,
how much did I take again?
5. 5, yeah. All right.
7. 7 hit points.
Saurus. Oh, and that's another 3 points of damage to it from that curse is just slowly eating away at Marlowe. All right, that takes us to Saurus.
Given that what's her name can see me and can heal me, I am going to. I'm still constricted by this thing.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
You can try to break free if you'd like.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay. Contested strength check. You are trying to beat a 12.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. You are still constricted by it, but you can attack the one that's constricting you.
Okay. As an attack action, or as a bonus action?
As an attack action.
Okay.
Yep. I'm giving you the grapple check as a free check.
Okay. That is 21.
That hits.
Nice.
And that is 10 in damage.
The head that you pummel explodes and the neck shrivels away from the body.
Okay.
So you are no longer grappled.
Okay.
Nice.
No extra head materializes, nothing.
I am going to move forward 5 feet.
Okay.
So I can start wailing on the main body.
All right, go ahead.
My second attack. That is not going to hit. Another natural 3.
Oh,
so
no.
that's 12.
Nope.
I will flurry of blows again.
Okay. 2 more attacks.
More attacks. One is a 23, and the other is a 16.
The 16, they both hit. 16 is its armor's class.
Okay, and I'm going to fire off electrical charge with both of them.
Okay.
Ooh, rolled 12 that time. 21.
21. All right. At the end of your turn, Saurus, enraged at the attack that just took, it's going to take another bite at you.
Can I cutting words it or yeah?
You cutting words it, which reduces the damage, right?
No, I can reduce damage or the attack roll itself.
Okay.
So can I cutting words the attack roll itself?
Yes. So it was a 25 to hit. What's your armor class, Saurus?
19.
19. So we need to reduce it.
I rolled an 8.
So reduce it by 8?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So it goes out to hit you, Saurus, but then this sound from Jury throws its head off in a direction, and it does not make contact with you.
Really incredible. I rolled an 8, honestly.
That is beautiful. Whenever an analyzed creature misses you with an attack, you can immediately use your reaction to make an unarmed melee attack against that creature.
Go ahead.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I love how your attacks just feed off of each other.
I know. It's so good.
That is a 19.
Yep, that hits.
We got good synergy, gang.
I am going to fire off another charge from the gauntlet.
Okay.
Let's drain that battery. And rolled another one with a d12.
Oh, no.
No.
So that's 10 damage.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I rolled a 1, a 1, a 3, and a 12.
Awesome. All right. So then that takes us to Kaimana. So you come to at the end here. What would you like to do, Kaimana?
I am going to move in to where I can see the creature in source.
So you can get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get to here.
I got 35 feet of movement.
35. That puts you where the creature is going to have 3/4 cover, but Saurus, you can see Saurus.
All right. I am going to cast Wither and Bloom at 4th level on Saurus and the creature.
All
10-foot radius circle. Can I get anyone else in it?
10 foot. If you center it, away from Saurus and not hit the creature, but hit a couple of its necks instead, you can also get Marlowe.
Okay, I'm going to do that then.
Okay, so Saurus and Marlowe both can roll. Is it 3 or is it 3 hit die?
So I'm rolling it at 4th level, so that's 2 levels past the spell. So you get to roll 3 hit die.
Yeah, 3 hit die, and regain those hit points, and then the creature takes how much damage?
Make a Constitution saving throw, and then we'll see if it's
17.
That's the spell save, so it doesn't matter.
I think it still takes half damage, doesn't it?
Okay, yeah, half damage.
Okay.
Right, so I need to roll 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to roll 66.
Yep.
That helped immensely.
14 damage.
Okay. All right.
That's already halved. So.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Anything else come out with your bonus action?
I can't hide as a bonus action, so
no. You can pretend to.
Yeah,
no one can see.
All right,
I don't have any extra move in it either.
All right, cool. All right, Kaimana sets back, pretends to hide. Good. All right, Marlowe up at the top.
Sorry, I'm adding my hit points back.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I just got a crazy amount of hit points back. Your wolf is 2 away from full.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good, and I was literally 1 point away from going under and going feral. So.
Oh no.
Okay, so I'm still grappled.
Yes.
I'm going to get out of it this time.
Okay, go ahead and make.
dang word.
A strength check
Manifesting.
at a D4. I don't think you have a D8,
I
but
don't
you can.
have inspiration.
Well,
Okay.
but technically, you choose to use your inspiration after you roll, right? So you rolling a 3 on that other one, you could have been like, my roll would be too low. I didn't want to use
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's a little metagamey, but I mean,
Yeah.
like that is like.
I didn't even bother rolling inspiration.
You're
because I
good.
knew
So you have
I
a
was
you have
never
a
gonna get out.
so
I
you're
didn't
rolling
even roll.
strength, a D8 plus a D4. You are trying to hit a 16.
Okay. Okay. Things are happening.
Hmm?
We might be. Oh, no, I can't do it. Can I? No, I have to roll 4. Are you a 4? Look, I'm 15.
So close. So you almost break free and it just wraps around you a little tighter.
I'm going to beat the shit out of this thing.
Go ahead.
Um,
At the beginning of your turn, you take 3 points of damage from the
cool.
construct.
Yeah, okay, cool. I love that.
Yeah,
But it takes 3 points of damage in return.
it does.
So think about
Yeah.
that.
I just picture this siphon happening back and forth.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
sucking this out of you.
Yeah.
I'm sucking that out.
You also get the sense that every time it siphons from you, it regains a little bit of
Oh, I'm
hit.
sure.
Yeah,
Of
some.
course it does.
Yeah.
I want to try to use insightful fighting on it.
Okay. So that's against its deception, right?
Yeah.
That's a natural 1. So you have advantage.
Well, let me see if I roll a natural 1.
I think even with a natural,
I rolled a 2.
but even with a natural 1, I think you would still bypass its
Cool.
deception. So
But yeah, so I got a 12. Because
Okay.
It's stupid.
Yep.
But yeah.
So you have advantage on the text against it.
Wow, I can't roll for heck today. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. So, yes, I have sneak attack against it for 1 minute straight.
Yep.
Because that
Nice.
ability is ridiculous. Okay.
Ooh.
And I never remember to use it, but I have to remember. Okay, so now
Wait, what
Good
ability
hit.
was that?
It's an inquisitive rogue ability. It's called
Inquisitive
insightful
Rogue is
fighting.
literally an amazing
It's
subclass.
the best rogue
I
subclass.
I can't naturally fail an insight roll. Anything I get lower than an 8 on the die automatically bumps up to an 8 on the die, so I can never roll lower than an 18.
Yeah, with the exception of like a natural 1, but other than that, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so rolling 2 times. So that first one is a 19.
That hits.
Okay. The second one is a higher.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So we get you 2 for sleep attack, and we get you 2 because we have lightning.
Ow.
$33.
Ooh, 33. The head that you just hit pops and the neck swivels back to its body.
Nice. You're free.
And you are free. There's 2 ways to break out of a grapple.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right. So that takes us to Ilwarin, who looks into the center of the room and goes, I guess this is what you hired me for, and releases a mass healing word at 5th level at the center of the space. So everyone heals up. So if you were low, 22 hit points.
Oh my god.
And that's everybody except for Ravik is within range of that. And she's going to hang out in the back.
Thank you.
All right, which takes us to initiative count 20. So the creatures kind of rallying around just 2 of its heads now. You see them flash red for a moment. And you start to hear movement out of that central space as sliding out and then landing up.
What is that?
Is a dominated Kaimana, you would know what this is. This is a marrow.
Oh.
This bitch wanted to be like, oh, you guys made me the healer of the party. Girl, we need you.
So it's dominated. It is going to slide this direction. And you see its hand kind of crackle with energy as it releases a bolt of lightning through Marlowe, Jordan, and Abel. So I need you all to...
Wait, Abel or Ravik?
No, Abel.
Abel.
So you need to... Abel automatically fails, but I need a dexterity saving throw from Jordan and Marlowe.
Wait, is Abel like now have like 2 death saves?
He's not dead. He's unconscious in the sense that like he's asleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that wake him up? Maybe the lightning.
I got an 18.
It's like a,
It's like
It's Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Would Marlowe have gotten an attack of opportunity since it moved away from her?
Technically, yes. So you could take an attack of
What was
opportunity.
it rolling, Josh? Was that a Constitution?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, it was a 17.
17. That's a success.
And now I will make an attack of opportunity. Do I get sneak attack? Is that once per round? Is that how that works?
It's once per turn.
None of your allies are within 5 feet of it, so you're.
No. I use insightful fighting. I get it for 1 minute.
But this is on the marrow, not on the false hydra.
Dang it!
Diddly darn.
Well, does a what is this? Does a 19? No, sorry, a 20 hit?
Yeah,
the
that hits.
marrow. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's something.
What was your dexterity save, Jury?
I got a, what did I say? A 19?
A
So
19.
18?
Okay, so both of you succeeded on your your dex saves. So you take
Yeah, 18.
28 reduced to 14 lightning damage as it fires off in your direction. And then how much damage did the marrow take?
16.
16. All right, cool.
Which feels really insignificant now.
Well, you were at full health though, so you're okay.
Oh, I got to roll concentration.
Yep.
I rolled 18 plus, so
So you're
con is
good.
up.
Yep. All right. So that takes us.
Has protection from evil been doing?
It's only if the Hydra attacks.
Only if the
you.
Hydra attacks you.
Okay, I understand.
So Saurus, the Hydra's at the end of the Marrow's turn, is going to make an attack on you. It is that's 18 to hit. I don't think that hits. Saurus is not a
19.
19.
So.
Yep. So it hits you. So that's a miss. So you can use your reaction if you would like to attack.
Actually, is the Marrow an aberration?
No.
Okay, then yes, it is just the Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
Did I already use my reaction this round, or?
Oh yeah. You used it when it was moving to attack Ravik. Yeah. So that was So you don't have a reaction yet. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Which takes us to Ravik's turn.
Ooh,
Go, Robin.
Okay. So I see that he's calling his friends to the fight. Oh, should I do this? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm going to take my 2 sea glass hilts and bring them together, and you hear a sharp ringing, and in the corners of the room you see the shadows start to shimmer and coalesce together, and I'm going to summon a shadow spawn.
What?
Ooh, cool as hell.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So this shadow spawn, I have his little stat block here. I have to choose an emotion. Fury, despair, or fear. The creature resembles a misshapen body.
Me waking up every day. Fury, despair, fear.
Is that Jace or Mar?
Yes.
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 Reduce speed or It didn't have one for despair. It didn't tell me what despair does, but
where would you like it to pop up?
Yeah, because it's within 90 feet of me. So I want it to be next, as close to that main creature as I can get.
This is
actually, can I move closer in so I can see better?
You can't, but the only open space around the creature is behind Saurus, or you can put it by the marrow, and that would give you access to one of its necks as well as the marrow.
Yeah, I'll put it by the marrow. That's good.
Okay.
Perfect. So from there, I summon it as an action. Bonus action. Can I 2-weapon fight as a bonus action?
No, you have to make an attack with your attack action to do the bonus action.
Well, I get 2 attacks, so it's good.
Does it make an attack when you summon it?
It says that it goes immediately after my initiative, so I'll go and then it'll go.
Okay, but you don't have anything to do with your bonus action? So you can go right into its attacks.
I don't get extra.
No, you have to take the attack action to get the extra attack.
Okay. Wait. I do have bonus action stuff. Wait a minute.
Wait, please wait.
Yeah, my bonus action stuff is either Blade Song or Cunning Action or Steady Aim. So no, yeah.
Okay, good. So go into your shadow.
So now my shadow is going to use. It's going to attack or something. I'm going to use the ability where the weight of sorrow, because I'm going to choose despair. Any creature starts its turn within 5 feet of it. Has the speed reduced to 20, maybe? Yeah, that's the only thing that I can. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And so since it's near the marrow can't move more than 20 feet.
Okay.
Multi-attack.
Okay, go ahead and make your multi-attack. Against the Hydra or the marrow?
Against the... I'll start with the... Is someone grappled by the Hydra?
No, both Mar and Saurus are free from that.
Okay, I'll do it against the Hydra then. I really don't know what the fudge I'm doing.
You're doing great.
20, natural 20.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that means for this guy, but let's see. Makes the number of attacks equal to half the spell rounded down. Oh, so this is a 3rd level spell. I can make a number of attacks equal to half the spell rounded down.
So 1.
Yeah, but I don't. What type of damage does it do?
It should say there in the multi-attack. It should say what its attacks are.
Oh, Chilling Rend or Dreadful Scream looks like. Chilling Rend within 5 feet. A D12 plus 3 plus the spell's level. Okay.
So a D12 plus 6.
10. So it's 9 damage.
Okay. And that's to the marrow, right?
To the
Hydra. Okay.
And round it down. Yeah, it's only 1 attack.
Okay.
But bonus action, it says Shadow Stealth. While in dim light, it can take the hide action.
Cool. All right. I mean, it's technically in dim light, but it's also surrounded by creatures, so it'd be difficult for it to take the hide action. All right. At the end of your turn, the creature's going to make an attack on Saurus with its last thing. That's a natural 1. So Saurus, you don't have a reaction. But on its turn, it's going to pull back this head, not leaving your range, Saurus, just moving this way, so that you and Kaimana, you and Marlo and Juridan make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. And then
con saves.
I know, and then the other one is going to make an attack on Marlo.
Yeah, fucking 20.
Failed the con save.
That's a 19 to hit Marlo, which I don't think hits. Or is that your armor class?
No, that's my AC.
Oh, that is your AC. Okay, so Marlo, you take 9 reduced to 4 piercing damage, and then you take. I keep rolling 1s on my d8s.
Yeah.
So 1 point of damage as it siphons, and then
I failed.
You failed. What was yours, Jordan?
22.
That's a success. So Marlo, Jordan.
Oh, was that natural 20 damage supposed to be doubled?
It was. Did you double it?
I didn't. I rolled a natural 9, so just roll again. Or
no, it's just an 18. I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good though. That's good.
Marlo, and Saurus, you take 10 points of psychic damage, and Jordan, you take 5.
Okay.
All right, and then it's going.
Did you say I had to roll?
No, sorry, come on. I said your name, but it was somebody. He's gonna pull this head back this way, out of Marlo's reach, and then the other head.
So white. No, I've already used my.
It was over. It was like 10 feet away from you, but it was probably afraid that you were gonna slide in its direction.
Used it this round anyway.
And then that takes us to Jordan.
All right. Super weird. My sword floats in the air and starts to sing.
Okay.
Very bizarre. That is also new for everyone. No one has ever seen this happen before.
So the marrow has to make a save.
Yeah, DC 15 charisma saving throw.
17.
The fun thing.
Huh?
Go ahead.
What are people saying?
As
I was making a joke.
Oh, okay. And so that didn't do anything. That's embarrassing. And then my sword, is it 30 feet away from the creature?
It's with the marrow, yes. The Hydra, no.
Okay, I'm gonna make 2 attacks. I'll have it go fly out and make 2 attacks.
Okay, so it flies to the marrow. Action. So go ahead and make your 2 attacks against the marrow.
Just rolling in d20 because I got a 20, not at.
Yep.
Sweet. It takes 9 damage.
Okay.
And then I got a 24.
Yep, that hits.
And it takes another 8 damage.
Nice.
Why is that so good?
Okay.
See, Jury does have a pet.
The 309.
It's a sword.
Okay, cool. I also forgot to add
since
the
we're all
second damage.
stopped up, we don't actually hear it singing. So the next time you use it, it will still be another surprise.
Oh, that's right. No one heard it sing. That's embarrassing.
At the end of your turn, is that the end of your turn, Jordan?
I still have an action, but nothing is near me at the moment.
Okay.
Because I
don't
want
to Abel or try and wake him up.
Yeah. Can I? Is he? Well, he's got that stuff all over.
Yeah, he's
him,
like solidly encased in that mucusy stuff. Yeah.
Don't wake him up in that.
Can I use my action to cast Mage Hand to start fucking with that to try to get it off of him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try to carve into some of this. And
make a dexterity check, or an Arcana check, either one.
Okay. I got a 16.
16. You start to chip out away at it, but it's kind of this like hardened, mucusy stuff. You assume it might take a little while. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it.
All right. At the end of your turn, Saurus, that's a 24 to hit. 10 points of piercing damage, and make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
None of us have good con.
Nat 20, so
you're good.
21.
So you take 1 point of damage from the... Because that time I rolled a 2 on my d8.
Yeah, who has the highest con in this party?
It is Kaimana.
It's Kaimana, yeah. All right, and then so that's 11 total points for you, Saurus. And then that takes us to Saurus on your turn.
Okie dokie. Can I jump up on top of it?
It is kind of a riling mass.
Okay, never mind that.
You can like parts of it maybe, but yeah.
This head is right beside me?
Yes, there's a head right next to you.
I'm going to beat on it.
And you're within 5 feet of the creature itself. It's pulled both of its heads kind of back in that vicinity. Yeah. So go ahead and make your attacks.
I'm going to try and move at the end of this, and in case it can take a reaction, I want to try and explode the head.
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
Okay, first attack. 19.
That hits.
And I'm going to fire off an electrical charge. I'm going to use a different dice this time. 21.
21 points of damage. Okay.
I'm going to hit it a second time.
It's us.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
And I am firing off the electrical charge with this one too. Do I roll 2 sets of dice, or do I roll 1 set and double?
It's whichever one you'd like to do.
Let's roll 2 sets. The D12 rolled me a 2 and a 3.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a 100% increase.
That's a
over...
market improvement.
21 total.
21 total. Okay. Nice.
All right. I am going to spend a key point and flurry of blows. And first attack is a 28.
That hits.
I'm going to fire off the last charge in one of the gloves. And rolled a 2. These die 12 hate me. So that's a total of 9.
9, okay.
And I am also going to spend a key point to make that a stunning strike.
Okay. And that's a con save?
Yep.
That is a 14.
Where's my con save? I think that's what my save is. Where the hell is it? I just saw it. No. $14, yeah, that's my DC.
Okay, yeah, so it succeeded.
Okay, but I am going to impose that it cannot take any reactions until the end of my next turn.
All right, so that head can't take reactions. Okay.
Yep, I am going to hit it with a second of the flurry of blows, and that's cocked die.
Not the cock die.
Oh no.
That's 17.
17, that hits.
Okay, and I'm going to fire the last charge off the other glove. And since the 2 normal dice have been sucking, I'm rolling my shadow die.
Yep, I'm touching your dice through the screen.
Yeah.
And rolled a 12 on it.
Yay!
There you go.
That's better.
Right.
I'm touching with both hands through the screen.
That's 20 in damage.
20 in damage, okay. Wow.
And then I am going to step back 2 slots to give Marlowe room to step in and hit the thing.
Okay, so it's it doesn't, that head's not going to use its reaction, but at the end of your turn, the other head kind of slides down. I need Saurus, Kaimana, or sorry, I keep saying Kaimana, Saurus, Jury, and Marlowe again to make a Constitution saving throw.
I don't want to make more con saves. Oh, I failed.
Success, okay.
Fail.
14.
That's a failure. Yeah, it's a failure. So Marlowe takes none because of the reduction. The other 2 take half damage. So that's 22 reduced to 11 points of damage to Jury and Saurus.
Okay, I am looking rough again.
Okay.
It's reduced even though we fail?
Yes, because you have your ears plugged.
Oh, our ears plugged. Beautiful. That's fantastic.
All right. And then, so that takes us to Kaimana.
All right. I am going to move forward to where the creature's no longer in cover.
Okay. Right there's good.
How much movement do I have left?
20 feet, but there's a hole in front of you that you'd have to clear with a check.
Okay. So I am going to cast create bonfire.
Okay.
In that square at the back of the room where the creature is.
Okay. And what's the saving throw?
So it needs to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage.
I will say dexterity is the one saving throw that it has that's not great. That is a 4.
Okay, so
it is a big, bulky creature, but it can't move quick.
Yeah. The classic create bonfire.
Baby, burn.
So that's 7 damage.
Okay, 7 points of damage.
And the creature must also make a saving throw when it moves into the space for the first time or turn the space there.
Okay.
Oh wait, I know. I get 2d8 because it increases by 1d8 when I reach
yes.
fifth
So you get another d8. Yeah.
All right. Another 7.
Nice. Good. All right. Anything else come on with your turn?
That bonfire just stays lit there for 1 minute, concentration based. I'm going to find something to duck behind with my remaining 15 feet of movement.
Yep, you can slide back here and get around that corner again.
Yeah, I'm gonna
cool.
do that.
All right, that takes us to the marrow. So the marrow. Whoops.
Speed is reduced to 20.
Yeah, it's gonna slide around this way to its full 20 feet of movement, and it gets.
Does my guy get an opportunity attack?
He does.
Little Shadow Man. Little Shadow
All
Man.
right. So, it's a regular D20.
Yep.
Is there any modifiers to that? Like, Jesus. A 17 to hit.
That hits.
And then it's a D10. What do we say? Oh, crap, I wrote a D12 plus 3 plus a spell level. D12. Okay, the 12 altogether. 6.
Okay.
Plus 6.
All right, cool. Saurus, a 21 hits as the marrow lifts up its harpoon and throws it in your direction, and it stabs into your shoulder. And then you see it grab the harpoon rope and yank it, and you get pulled into the hole. And you all watch as Saurus tumbles into the hole and falls backwards into darkness. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
No!
No, what the hell?
Because it is getting late and this fight will go a little bit longer.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Yep.
Jesus, man.
Hey, if anyone had to fall down somewhere,
fall down a hole, it's good at Saurus.
Let it be the moment, okay?
Yep.
Falling shit.
Yeah. But that I wanted to get to the end of the round, and so that will bring us back at the top with Mar when we return.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
Cool. Perfect.
Saurus